My name is Evelyn Murray Drayton. Of course, I'm from the Plantersville community. I am an ordained evangelist. So I am an author of several Christian inspirational books. And I'm a notary public, and I try to be a good community person, a good neighbor, and try to be one who encourage our young people, maybe not on a big scale, but individually. If I see them in passing, I always try to give an encouraging word. Different children have different learning approaches. I get the approach to learning. Some need somebody to stand over them all the time, and some are more, I would say, independent in their studies. So I think that has really changed because of the pandemic. And they don't have that one-on-one with their teachers. Even though they see them on the screen, they may have a tendency to do their own thing, so to speak, when they probably would have been doing something different if they were in school. So I think during that time, the Village Group did not desert the children. They were still doing things in their own way to help the community, to encourage the children. And even today, even though we're a little more, I would say we have more freedom since the pandemic, we can go out and share with each other now without being afraid of a cough or being close to someone. So the Village Group has always been instrumental in the Plantersville community. I can say I haven't served on boards or anything, but I support whenever I come up with a project and they're requesting support from the community. I always step on board because I know what they're doing is not for a pat on the back, but for a shoulder for the young people. And they express that. My grandchildren are here. When the Village Groups first got started with their services in the community, they didn't have the after-school program. But when they first started, I never thought my grandchildren would end up being a part of their program. And since my grandchildren are here, I think I appreciate the security that's here at the facility where the program is offered. I'm grateful for the staff. I met, can I call names? Mm-hmm. I met Ms. McDonald, who's an after-school staff person, but Ms. Peoples, I knew her for a long time. So I came to the school, I met Ms. McDonald, and I listened to her and her passion to, her love for the children and what she's doing. So I said, you know what? She is on target. She is in the right path, and my grandchildren are in the right path to have her to be a part of their learning experience. So the day I visited school, they were working on a project. Of course, I came to check on one of the twins. My grandchildren are twins, and I came to check on them to be sure they were not acting up in class. So a little chastisement, so to speak. But I was glad to see that they were offering work. They were working on projects that would encourage them to help build their reading skills, their word recognition, all of those things that I think are vital for the young minds. And the children, the grands are enjoying it. But yeah, they're in kindergarten, but they can express themselves very well, very articulate, I would say, and being in Ms. McDonald's and Ms. Peoples' class in the after-school program, I just noticed that their social skills are better. Just overall, the program itself, but now with the Village Group, I can check their homework and talk with them about it to be sure they understand what they did on their homework. And I think they're making good progress. And with that being said, the village group has given me that security. Like I said, the class itself, there's not been a charge. They recognize the children for holidays and everything, and they were so excited. The boys were so excited to to partake in the holiday giving season and all. And of course, they do believe in Santa. So the village group became a Santa for them during the holidays.
When you grow up, is it hard?
A little bit louder.
When you grow up, is it hard?
Is it hard?
Is it hard growing up?
I had a very challenging childhood because of my home life. My mother died when I was just a little girl. My grandparents were already very old, and they cared for me. And as the question, I probably didn't answer the first question earlier about the village group, so far as what their, I would say the future years, the middle school, high school, college years of my grandchildren. I think the foundation that's being laid for them is going to follow them the rest of their lives. And back to your question about my childhood, I had to learn a lot of things the hard way, so to speak. What does it feel like being around a mom, being around a dad? I miss a lot of those moments, those days. But with my grandparents' love and their security, here I am. I made some mistakes along the way, but I'm so happy to say that what I learned as a child, I'm trying to help pour into other children, because I know the importance of being loved. I know the importance of feeling protected, and just being able to express yourself and move on in life, just like you're going to do. You're going to go far if you would be willing to follow directions, to listen to those adults who are trying to give you instructions, continue to, I would say, expound on your, try to get your behavior, keep your behavior in public, but guess what? In private is where it starts. So when you're at home and you're watching the different videos and stuff, you got to know you can't do everything you see in these videos, even though you can learn some things from them. Some things are not to be done in public. And most likely your parents would say, they might do that there, but don't you bring that here. So you have to know what your parents or whoever, your guardians, grandparents, whoever they are, be sure you listen to them, because they are not trying to steer you in the wrong direction. They want you to be a good student. They want you to be proud of who you are. They want you to move forward. And guess what? One day, I want to be able to look back at this day and say, you know what? I remember him when he was just a little boy. And I tried to give him some advice. I tried to let him know that people love him and we want him to move forward. And thanks for your question.
Well, thank you so much for your time. That was a perfect interview.